so this is an upright row to work the deltoids or the shoulders. We're in a good athletic stance, knees are slightly bent, weights in the heels, and we're just pulling the weights up to the armpits and squeezing the body up, the elbows up high towards the ceiling. Now, a common mistake with this exercise is people will curl their wrists and they'll come up like this. You want to keep your wrists down and neutral. So it starts at the pubic bone at the midline of the body, the knees are slightly bent, squeezing the elbows high. I would recommend a 3 or 5 pound weight for this to start, and you've got 3 sets of 15. Okay, this is a shoulder corrective. It's good for the rotator cuff. So I want you to think like a football goal, okay? And we're gonna do these single arm, so the other arm can just come to the low back. The knees are slightly bent, the weight's in the heels. So what we're doing is we're allowing this weight to come down to shoulder level and then right back up. I would recommend no weight or a 3 pound weight to start. I'm gonna turn to the side to show you the range of motion. I've got my shoulders pulled back, my tummy's nice and tight, and you've got 3 sets of 10. Okay, this is another shoulder corrective, also great to tone the shoulder, to give you those pretty shoulders for summer. So here we're in that nice good athletic stance, knees are slightly bent, weights in the heels, the elbow comes up level with the shoulder, and the forearm is down, and we're just pulling the weight up to level with the shoulder. Now, it's kind of awkward to get that range of motion as you come down. You can tell I'm definitely out of practice doing it. But you're gonna let that fall down as low as you can, keeping the elbow high, then coming back up level with the shoulder. I would recommend no weight to start or a 3 pound weight, and it's 3 sets of 10. Okay, so we're gonna do some chest work next. You can lay on the floor to do this, or if you have a love seat or a couch that you could lay on, that's a great place to get more range of motion. And in the shoulders. So you want to make sure your neck is supported. I would recommend a 10 pound weight for this. We're going to do 3 modalities. So the benefit of doing this on the couch instead of on the floor is that when you do it on the floor, your elbow can only come to here because the floor will prevent you. But on the bench or the couch, you can bring this shoulder over to one side and see how I can get the elbow far behind my body. So I've got my core nice and tight, and I'm pressing up. My palm is facing my body. I'm allowing the elbow to come all the way back. The weight touches my shoulder blade. This is 3 sets of 10. And the elbow stays really close to my body. Of course, Arizona has to get in here to say hello. All right, so now I'm gonna let my elbow come out to the side. So a 10 pound weight might be too much to start. You might need to switch to a 5 pound weight on this modality. But you can see I'm getting my elbow down low. The weight is touching my chest, and I'm pressing the weight up. And I'm bringing that weight to the midline of my body or right underneath my chin, keeping it nipple level and pressing. So this is 3 sets of 10. Then we're going to go to where we're going to put those 2 modalities together. So we're starting in a neutral grip, and then we're pressing up. We're turning the arm in the middle of the movement. So we're going from neutral to the knuckles up, and this is 3 sets of 10. So you want to alternate in between, keeping the core nice and tight. Okay, so we're starting with a simple bicep curl. You want to lock your elbows in. I'm recommending 5 pound weights to start. We're going to do 3 different modalities, and we've got 3 sets of 15 for both. So the elbows are in, the thumbs are up, and we're just going to curl up. I'll turn to the side so you can see. So you want to make sure that your arms come completely straight and lock the elbows at the bottom, curl up to the shoulders and back down. 3 sets of 15. Then you're going to turn your palms forward Elbows are still locked, shoulders are back, and you're gonna curl up. Make sure your knees are soft and your weight's in the heels. You'll do 3 sets of 15. This direction, let me turn to the side to show you. Knees are soft, weight in the heels, and curl. 3 sets of 15. And then we're gonna do diagonal outs where the weights touch at the pubic bone. The knees are still bent at that athletic stance, and we're coming out for diagonal outs. The elbows stay in close to the body. Shoulders are back, chest is out. Turn to the side to show you. 3 sets of 15 for each modality. Okay, so this next exercise, we're actually going to get in some waistline work. We're going to work the obliques. And I would recommend starting with a 5-pound weight. You can work up to a 10-pound weight. So what we're going to do is we're going to widen our legs, all right? And we're going to actually, as we turn the weight starts up over our head with both arms, and we're going to turn. See how I'm lifting my toe and pivoting with this foot. So we're going to pivot and drop the knee, making sure that the knee on the other side does not go out over the toe. So the only way to prevent this knee from going out over the toe is to have a nice wide stance. So I'm going to start up over my head. I'm going to swing down across the body and start back over, just like you're chopping wood. Keep the stomach nice and tight. Pivoting, bringing that weight all the way to the other side of the thigh, turning the shoulder in the opposite direction. And this, so you'll do 15 one direction, then 15 another direction. Don't be afraid to reset your feet. And this is 3 sets of 15. Okay, so this is a shoulder exercise. This is a lateral row. So we're in a good athletic stance. We're gonna hold the weights. Just think like you were walking in a wedding, okay? Like you're holding a bouquet of flowers. The shoulders are back and the knees are bent, the weight's in the heels, that good athletic stance. And we're just raising the elbows level with the shoulders. I would recommend a 3 to 5 pound weight to start. Think about really squeezing your shoulder blades up high like we did in the upright rows. And this is 3 sets of 15. Okay, so this is a shoulder exercise. This is a lateral row. So we're in a good athletic stance. We're gonna hold the weights. Just think like you were walking in a wedding, okay? Like you're holding a bouquet of flowers. The shoulders are back and the knees are bent, the weight's in the heels, that good athletic stance. And we're just raising the elbows level with the shoulders. I would recommend a 3 to 5 pound weight to start. Think about really squeezing your shoulder blades up high like we did in the upright rows. And this is 3 sets of 15. Okay, we've got another shoulder exercise. This is an overhead press. You want to keep that good athletic stance. Knees are slightly bent, weights in the heels. We're going to rack the weights here with the elbows wide. And we're just pressing up to where the weight meets over our head. Then our elbows are going to come right back down, the weight right in front of the shoulders. Pressing up, and we've got 3 sets of 10 like this. Then we're going to change the modality after our 3 sets of 10 to bring our elbows in closer to the body, and the palms are facing the body, still in that athletic stance, knees slightly bent, weight in the heels. Also want to squeeze that butt anytime we press up overhead, and we're coming up. And so we're not bringing the weights together in the middle on this one. We're just coming straight up in parallel lines, and there's 3 sets of 10. I would recommend a 3 pound weight or a 3 or 5 to start. Then on all 3 of these exercises, then the third modality we're going to do is we're going to start in the neutral grip with the palms close to the body, and then we're going to turn and touch the weights at the top. So we're rotating halfway through, And this is 3 sets of 10. Make sure that you keep the knees bent and weight in the heels. Okay, so this is a row. You're going to be in a split stance where the opposite foot is forward. And you can put your hand on the forward thigh. The upper body is leaned forward. Place that weight, place the weight of the hand, the opposite hand here, and so the elbow stays close to the body, the thumb is up, and we're just pulling that weight to the armpit, and we're thinking about squeezing the back side of the arm and the back side of the body. So we've got 3 sets of 10. You'll do each side. Then we're going to turn the weight after we do 3 sets of 10 of that modality. And you might want to lower your weight here because this time, instead of the elbow staying close to the body, the elbow is going to come out wide. So you're still thinking about pulling the side of the weight to the armpit and squeezing the back. Just like that, you'll do 10, and you'll switch 3 sets of 10. So this is a row, split stance row, keeping the tummy nice and tight. Okay, this next exercise is a simple sit to stand with a butt squeeze at the top. So you're just going to want to get a chair and have a seat at the edge of the chair. You want to make sure that your legs are at 90 degrees because when you start to get tired, the heels start to come back towards the body. So you want to keep here the legs at 90 degrees. You're going to keep the shoulders back. You're going to stand up, squeeze your butt, pushing your hips forward, engage your quads and your buns. Then you're right back down to the edge of that seat. Stand up and squeeze, sit down. Stand up and squeeze that butt and sit down. And you also want to make sure that you're focusing on the top, squeezing your quads and your butt for every single rep. So sitting down, squeeze, sit down, and make sure you have that good right angle. So these you want to do 2 sets of 25. Okay, so this is for basic hip strength. I'm going to use my bench, but you can do this on the floor. And so what you're going to do is you're going to lay down, and you can see here how I've got my feet at about a 45-degree angle. And I want to keep all the weight in my heels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my butt up as high as I can get it, squeeze, engage my glutes, and then come back down. So these are hip bridges. So you want to do 3 sets of 15. And don't be afraid to pause 1, 2, 3 at the top. And also don't be afraid to rest in between sets so you can really take your time and get those buns firing. And this is going to help the low back and keep the hips strong. Because without strong glutes, then we have all kinds of low back issues. Grabbing a hold of that knee, rolling it up. Okay, so you'll actually at home be using just your regular staircase for this, but I've got a step right here. And so we've got 3 variations. The first one is just a simple step up. So you're facing the stairs, hold on to the banister if you need to, and you're just going to step up right, left. And at the top, you want to squeeze your butt. And so you've got 25 of these with the right angle, or with the right lead. Then you'll do 25 with the left leg. Remembering to step up, and when you bring the other leg up, to squeeze the butt, keeping the core nice and tight. And I like to do left, right, and right, left. Then the other variation is a side step up. So you're going to step up on a diagonal plane. So when I bring my foot up, I'm not going directly beside where my feet are on the floor. I'm actually stepping in front. That way I can keep my knee safe. So I'm going to step up, I'm going to bring the leg out to the side and come back down. Step up, bring the leg out to the side, and if you need to hold on, you want to do that. So you'll do 25 on one side, and then you'll turn around the other way. And remember, it's on a diagonal plane. You'll step forward and kick, come back down, step forward and kick. Our third and final variation is a step up with a kick back. And that way we're getting in some glute work. So if I step up with the right leg, I'm going to squeeze it back. So the leg that's kicking back never touches the step. Step up, squeeze the butt, kicking back. Step up and squeeze. So you have 25 with the right leg, and then you'll do 25 with the other leg. And you want to make sure that your entire foot is getting on the step, that your heel's not hanging off the back. So 25 right and 25 left, and that's your stair variations.